Shalom, shalom. I'm out here Wednesday because I don't know what Friday gonna be like. It might be flooding. They claiming. So I got another little spot over here for Wednesday. In case it start pouring down, we got some shelter over here. But before I get started, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Dash. It's a little pissy over here, but I gotta make it do what it do. You know, like a damn urinal. So yeah, let's get into it, bro. Probably not gonna be out here that long either. I still got. We'll see what the spirit do. You know how it go. I always gonna be out here a few minutes. Next thing you know, the hour, hour and a half later. Let's go with Isaiah 30, man. This is Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit. So woe, destruction to the rebellious children. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're the most high rebellious children, man. Not the elect, but the 2/3, especially here in America. But Israel as a whole, man. If you're not part of the elect, you're part of the rebellious children. You're doing your own thing, you're taking your own counsels, and you taking that counsel or that philosophy or that ideology from Aleister Crowley, man. Do as thou wilt. So you can't live like Aleister Crowley, man. You're trying to take on that Esau Edomite spirit. That ain't who you made the covenant with. You made the covenant with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Jake. And you're not gonna get off the hook. You are not gonna get off the hook from it. We're gonna bring you up on it. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai gonna use the man of the Lord, men like myself, to bring you up on charges, man. I'm telling you, breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, and you going off, and you're gonna be soon severely punished for it. I'm talking about severely. You're going to wish you never done it. Put it frankly. It says, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit. No, you're not putting on the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You're putting on the spirit of this world, man. You're doing your own thing. I'm grown. Can't nobody tell me what to do. Like that rock-headed, box-headed nigga woman, Oprah. She said she don't want to bow down to a god, man. She said, roughly paraphrasing what she said. It's been a while since I heard her comment. But she was like, she don't like a mean God, But she had no problem being up in that meeting with Bill Gates and Warren Buffett that day. She ain't had no problem with that. And Bill Gates is by the means it gets. Billy Goat Gates. You talking to Dr. Death himself. But she don't want to deal with the Most High. She want to deal with, Kill Bill. But it's okay. Quite okay. Good. That they may add sin to sin. So yeah, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, man, you are adding sin to sin. Man. Your sin is off the charts. Who knows what y'all into now? because you know your wickedness is ever evolving. You know, I saw something, a disturbing trend, like they would say. Like they starting to dig people up. So-called Negroes are starting to dig people up, talking about your ops. You know, he might be dead, but he ain't getting away. You know, you taking pictures with a dead body. You know, I saw somewhere in, man, I forgot where it was, but they broke the guy's cement tomb, and they said the guy been dead like 15, 20 years, man. Like, what the hell do you want from a dead man that's been dead 15, 20 years? That she said the graves are like they put dynamite in the grave, man. And you so-called Negroes, man. You know, you hate your own brother that bad. You having to go in their grave and dig them out of the grave. I don't get it. You know, I don't get it, man. And the lady said the smell was so bad. She said she don't even know how you can stomach it. If you smell the same smell she did, she said the smell of the body decomposing was so bad she don't know how you can even stomach it. But that's you. But that's you so-called Negroes, man. How you goddamn minds, you know? And the so-called Latinos, y'all ain't far behind. You know, the so-called Mexican cartel and the decapitating people. You know, mass graves of you killing your own people. You know, even the dog had to agree on that. You know, you so-called Latinos ain't too far behind.
He's like, so, do you want to tell people, or do you want to buy some people, or do you want to? And I was like, it's fine, you do.
You just as bad as your brothers.
I was like, okay, so he tells people.
You know, you just speak Spanish. That's all that is. You just as wicked. You know, but it's okay though. It's quite okay. Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth. So yeah, you walk down into Egypt. You know, fast forward, we're in a spiritual Egypt right now. You know, we're in a spiritual Egypt. Just look on the back of your dollar bill, man. You see the pyramid. You go to Memphis, Tennessee, you see the pyramid. You go to Vegas, you see I believe the Luxor Hotel, the pyramid. You know, and even Washington D.C., man. You know, got some Egypt, you know, type architecture with the obelisk, Egyptian. You know, so we're spiritual Egypt. And you so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans still doing the same thing that you did when you was in Egypt the first time. Still asking Egypt for help. You're still begging Egypt for help, man. You know, whether it's reparations, you want citizenship, you know, you still laying on the strength of Egypt. And how about Shimei I got a problem with that, man. He has a damn problem with that. And we're here to tell you, man, it's up there. You know, like they say, I like to say it's up there. Well, it's up there. And it says, and have not asked at my mouth. And who's the mouth of the Most High on the earth? The prophet. Always have and always. You're telling me. That says Yahweh Shimei Shel. And he's telling you he's pissed, not from what we made up. He just pointed out to you in the scriptures where he said he's hot, man. Man, I gotta go back and find that scripture where it said the Most High ran hot. You know, when you hot, you down to do anything, man, to hurt somebody. The Lord said he's hot. Yeah, y'all keep going on day to day, still doing your own thing, still doing your own thing. You know, but I'm just here to warn you. You know, me personally, I don't care what you do. You know, I'm just doing my job. You know, I go in these northern tribe grocery stores. Y'all got the chicharrones all piled up in the window. You know, you got. I saw one video. Some chick had a pork skin about from that pole to that damn pole. Man, it was so long. Get it, look at it, and she was eating it, and she was like this. Man, that thing was so damn big. It was like the whole hog, like half the hog was fried. the skin, you know. And she got it on YouTube. You can look it up, man. I think it was in California. You can look it up, man. I'm lying, I'm flying. I'm lying, I'm flying. It says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. So Pharaoh today is like your president, senators, things of that. But the head Pharaoh would be your presidente, man. Taco, you know, El Taco up there in the White House. He's modern day Pharaoh, which he's really just middle management. This runs deeper than Trump. Trump is just a mascot for America. He might as well be up there with an eagle on his arm, you know, and drip like Uncle Sam. You know, that's why he can't release the Epstein files, man. Number one, he's on the list. Two, you got to protect his rich buddies, man. They all up there partying, banging underage women or chicks. You know, they all out there was out there on Epstein Island getting bucket naked, man. From your senators, your politicians, your bankers, your lawyers, law enforcement. You know, all these people out there supposed to be, somebody to look up to, have the moral authority, but they all out there raping girls out there on Epstein Island. Probably boys too, man. They won't tell you about the boys, but believe me, they was raping boys too out there. So, hey, but that's what our people, man. You know, that's what they love, man. They love hanging on to Egypt. It's what Egypt produces. Freakism, man. Everybody's a freak. You know, you right up and down the street, you know, on the plantation. All you see all day, dudes walking around half naked. It's just out of control, bro. It's like I don't want to see your half naked ass body, man. But if they ain't doing that, they sagging, man. Nobody want to see your stank ass, man. But that's what Egypt produces, man. Quasi sodomites. Everybody else, quasi sodomite or a damn freak. And that's what the Lord said. Destruction to those who go down to Egypt for help, man. Which I'm gonna get eventually. Just give me a second. Verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. So your strength, so therefore the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. When you trusted in Pharaoh, the Most High is gonna put you to shame. What you gonna find out is Pharaoh, Trump, can't do nothing for you, man. You know, he can't deliver you out of what's getting ready to come on you. You know, the Lord's getting ready, release his special time out on you, man. He got a special occasion for you so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans, known as Jacob's Trouble. And Pharaoh can't save you, man. Pharaoh couldn't save his day back in ancient Egypt. Back in ancient Egypt. So fast forward now, modern Pharaoh can't do it either. You know? The Lord don't give a damn about that military, man. Pharaoh thought he had a great army. But what he has is that now. The bottom of that damn sea. So, hey, like I say, man, I done my part. I'm gonna keep doing it until it's time for me to get off the block. In Isaiah 31:1, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. So the Lord saying destruction for you that go down to Egypt for help. You know, you're supposed to be leaning on the Lord, man. You're supposed to be all your hope supposed to be in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. On all your needs, man. All your wants, you know? Not no damn USA. I just knew he was about to do something. I just felt it in my spirit. I just knew something was about to do that. Man, I just knew it. Yeah, man. Like I was saying, you're supposed to be trusting in the Lord at all times, man. Sending your prayers up to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. You know? Fuck this place. This place is done. It's on its way out, man. It's circling the drain right now. It's circling the damn drain. It says, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, which today would be cars, because there are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. Talking about these armies, these militaries, but they look unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. So yeah, you trust in everything else, man. Your slab, your whip, your car. You trust in any and everything but the Most High, man. You even believe in your low down, dirty baby mama, man. You know, that bitch. You put more trust in that than you will the Most High. You know, so the Lord don't give a damn about a lot of this shit, man, that you clinging on to. You know, He made a covenant with you, man. With you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, He made a covenant with you. So you trusting in Egypt is like trusting in another level, man. You know, you cheating on the Most High with Egypt. You know, it's just like a man. If you done everything for this woman, but he likens Israel to a woman in the scriptures. You know, you didn't took this woman on, brought her into your life. You know, gave her what she wanted, what she needed, and then you just turn your back, and she turned your back on you. And, or no, I tell you what, you come home early, and she getting a train ran on her. Let's say it like that. You come home and she getting a damn train ran on her. Connect to a Wi-Fi network first. And she been telling you that she love you and all this kind of shit. You gonna flip out. You know. You let her know where to stash it. Mm-hmm. You come home and she getting a gang bang going on her. You gonna lose your mind. You gonna wanna kill something. So the Lord feel the same way, man. You know, you cheating on him with that dirtbag Jesus, man. You know, or you in the Islam, you cheating on the Lord with Muhammad. So he feels some type of way. And you already know what the penalty for adultery is. When we talking about spiritual and physical adultery, the Lord gonna put your ass to death, man. So that's what's gonna happen, man. Yeah, the boy, he dealing with Israel, but not all of Israel this time, man. The majority of y'all are just gonna be unfaithful, man. Like he said, all the unfaithful gonna die in their unfaithfulness, man. God ain't looking for no damn two-timing hoe, man. He already played that part, man. Lord already played the sucker, man. He ain't playing that shit no more, man. He done gave us chance after chance after chance after chance, bro. And like I said, man, he got JT waiting on him. Jacob's trouble. That's how he gonna get the revenge on the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. One good last time. The Lord about roughing something up, man. He about beating this woman. About beating this woman. And he gonna beat the nation of Israel, man, with Jacob's trouble, man. Let's go on. It's Revelation 11:8. And the dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. That great city, meaning Babylon, America, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Yeah, this place is called spiritual Sodom and Egypt, man. I don't need to go into detail about that. Just take a walk around town, man. You know what the hell I'm talking about. Turn your TV on, and you already know what I'm talking about. You can't watch a cartoon without some the alphabet gang in there, man. So we're also our outer one crucified, man. So yeah, man. This place, matter of fact, it ain't just spiritual. Sodom and Egypt. It's Assyria, Nineveh, just to name a few, man. Places, all them places fall into one. All fall into one, man. One gumbo of wickedness. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So, from the account of Israel going down into Egypt, we walked into Egypt, the first account. So, this account, the Lord said He's going to bring us into Egypt again in ships. So, we came to Egypt, spiritual Egypt, in cargo slave ships, man. Where's the account where we went into Egypt again, man? In the scriptures, nowhere. Until you read this precept, man, it all makes sense, man. It says, by the way whereof I spake not to thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Meaning the wilderness. We're not going back to the wilderness as we get out of this, get delivered from Egypt this time, man. The spiritual Egypt. We're gonna be delivered from spiritual Egypt. The Lord came through the first time. He could do it again. He could damn well do it again. So he could do it again. We're gonna watch him do it again in live time. I didn't even need to it's gonna be first hand. It's gonna be something out of a sci-fi film, man. Steven Spielberg can't come up with something. Steven Spielberg, I get that from The Simpsons. Spielberg. But he's gonna do it again, man. And this time it's gonna be even more spectacular. It's not gonna be just you good? You good? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, how you doing? All right. This time gonna be even more spectacular, man. It's gonna be something that's gonna be talked about forever, ever and ever. Just like Egypt, ancient Egypt is still talked about to this day. We always gonna talk about this deliverance from America, man. Forever. Hey, and Lord willing, I'm under that number, man. To see it all go down. You got to be mindful of Esau slithering around. They like to slither around, you know? You got to be aware of what you're dealing with out here, man. Lord don't call him a serpent for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this new deliverance is gonna be beautiful, man. You know, it's gonna be very beautiful, man. You see those so-called UFOs pull up. If you're still alive by then, a lot of y'all ain't gonna be alive by then, but if you alive to see that, it's gonna freak you out, man. You know, when we get beamed up into them ships, man, some chariots, you know, it's gonna be something out of this world, man. Something out of sight. So who are these damn so-called Negroes talking about they saved already, man? How you saved and we still here? You know? What you saved from? You know? We ain't saved yet, man. Saved is when somebody come get your ass and take you out of harm's way, man. So you can jump up and down and bark and get all them somersaults in church all you want to, man. You still here. You know, you still in hell. Talking about you saved. You know? You still in hell, man. You got bills. You gotta go to work every day. You know? You still in there. You still a slave, man. You still a damn slave. You just a debt slave. You know? They took the yoke off your neck. Now you get to run around the plantation freely now. You know, you can stay out all night. You can eat whatever you want to eat now. But you still on the plantation, man. You still on Candyland. You still like that Steven said, this Candyland. You know? You still on Candyland, man. You know? You know, you somebody you saved, this, that, and the third. You know, but take the money out of your pocket, man. Who won the dollar? Or who won any of the notes, man? It ain't no so-called black man. You know? It ain't no so-called Latino. Ain't no so-called Native American. So you still property, man. You still under the rule of captivity of the so-called white man. You know? Oh, that's my constitutional right. Man, they can take your rights when the hell they feel like it, man. Or they can go back to they can go back to 1790 and get a law and nail your ass to the cross with it, man. You know? They got laws on top of laws, man.
What's that?
All right. They can fry your ass at any given moment, man. Come on, you got rights. You got a right to get your ass sent to prison, man. That's what kind of right you got. And you might get 20 years or 10 years, you know? where you might be able to bounce back when you get out. You know? Oh yeah, and then they say, oh well, justice is blind. Yeah, not for you though. Justice is not blind for you so-called Native Americans. That bitch can see very well when you get on that stand. You know? She can see your ass, your black ass. You know? She get 20/20 all of a sudden, you know that blindfold comes up. Oh yeah, 70 years. Boom. Yeah. Ship his ass out of here. You know? Hey man. Y'all still trusting Egypt, man. You still going down to Egypt for help. You know, what's his face? Thought he was done. Who was it? OJ? Yeah, he thought he got away. They gave his ass hell to the day he died, man. OJ couldn't sneeze wrong, you know? But you niggas still think y'all free, man. You know? Or you got the so-called black woman. Oh, I'm saved and Holy Ghost filled. That's what them same black folks said in South Carolina, man. Until that dude came in there and blew their asses away. You know? So hey, you know, my day saved, but yeah, he saved a fucking magazine for the ass, you know? That's the only thing that got saved, man. And next thing you know, you in the news, man. So let's get that Revelation 11 and 8 again, man. I'm about to get out of here. The mosquitoes starting to swarm. Now let's go back to Deuteronomy 28:68. You know, I got the plantation in the morning. Can't be out here all night. This is Deuteronomy 28:68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. Yeah, so we were sold to our enemies, man. You know, to your friends, to your best buds. We were sold to our enemies. And your ass went to work in them fields too, man. Man, woman, and child, man. They didn't give a damn when you was 80, 89 years old, man. You had to do something on that damn plantation. The minute a child was able to work, you went to work. You know? Your ass went to work, man. And you worked till you died, man. But you so-called Negroes especially, you like to sweep that under the rug. You know, they let y'all play basketball and football, you know, and get a rap career. You kind of forget some shit. You need to drop a ball, man. You can let some shit slide, you know? It says, and no man shall buy you. Yeah, and no man bought us, man. Nobody saved us. You know? What's his name? Marcus Garvey couldn't do it. Malcolm X couldn't do it. Tariq Nasheed can't do it. Who else? Malcolm X, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. You know, Fred Hampton, Huey P. Newton. You know, the Black Panthers, they couldn't do it. You know, them damn Africans can do it. They didn't say nothing. You know, they helped load our asses up on them boats and said, "Get y'all asses out from over here, man." You know, go with them, man. You know, they helped round our ass up, man. And here we are, stuck. You know, but a nigga can buy some J's, man, and you think it's all good. Man. You know, or you got you a Hellcat, or what they call that shit, a demon or something. I don't know. You know, and niggas, you know, it don't take much to please us, man. It don't take much. You know, so that's why the Lord only dealing with a select few this time. A lot of y'all just don't want to leave. You know, you happy with Egypt? You know, but the Lord just gonna leave you here, man, and you're gonna have to come back in the kingdom, reincarnated. You know, that's how that's gonna happen. You know, hey, the Lord agreed with that one. You know, we'll just see y'all in the kingdom, man. You're gonna have to come to the nutsack of the elect, you know, and the elect children, man. And we'll see you in the kingdom. It'll be all good. You know, we could chop it up then, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. You know, these damn mosquitoes out here is getting kind of dark. And I'm in a new area anyway, so gotta be circumspect out here, man. But before I get out of here, man, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash, Shalom.